So it's NaNoWriMo again. Somehow we're back here, and these are my plans for this month. So November is the season of NaNoWriMo, and for those of us participating in NaNoWriMo, I'm sending all of us so much luck, especially myself, considering I still haven't done anything for the whole day, and we're in mid-afternoon. But let's talk about what I'm hoping to achieve and what I'm writing this month. So let's talk about my project. So I'm working on a sequel to the contemporary fantasy novel that I wrote last NaNoWriMo called Seventh Virtue. I've been working on this now series, I guess, accidental series, since 2021. It's also part of a larger series that I've been working on for about 10 years. I'll link a video in the description where I explain everything about this series, but I'm working on a book called Sunless Ground. Here's the book cover. Sunless Ground is a sequel, like I said, to Seventh Virtue. It's an adult contemporary fantasy novel, and I already started drafting it before NaNoWriMo. The draft is around 7,000 words. I have finished the first chapter, which is called Animal Track. I'm currently working on the second one. So here is a quick summary of Sunless Ground. I will probably read this on my channel a million times, so by the end of this month, we will all have it memorized. Harrison is in danger, captured at the Seventh Roost in a deal that freed Reeve. There's no way to escape, especially as he's seemingly made enemies with the man he cares for most. Reeve is unhappy. While physically free from her family's terror, she spends most of her time worrying for friends she's not sure are still alive and resentful of Darren, the man who helped get her out. But when Darren goes missing and Lona narrowly escapes the Seventh Roost without Harrison, it seems things couldn't get worse. Without the protection of Lonan and with his own death impending, Harrison makes internal allies, one of whom is harboring secrets more sinister than anyone's expected. Meanwhile, Reeve fixates on searching for the fourth virtue, whose tragic history could be the key to ending her family's tyranny and, most importantly, reuniting her with Harrison. So I will link a video also that describes in detail book one if you're interested in jumping down the rabbit hole of Rachel lore for whatever reason. So my goals for this month are pretty simple, but also kind of terrifying. I am hoping to hit the 50,000 words. I did do this last year. I also want to have as much fun as possible. I don't know how possible that is, considering I'm kind of writing 2 books at once right now, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll talk about that in a second. And I also have a goal to not be mad at myself if I can't reach this goal. I know it seems like really silly, but I have a thing where when I make goals, I don't get upset at myself if I don't beat a goal. So that's good. But I just get like upset when I can't meet goals. I am way more physically disabled this year than I was last year. I am a lot more fatigued than I was last year. I'm dealing with a lot more emotionally because of all of those things than I was last year. So I want to build in some grace into the process. I'm not saying that's going to be easy. I'm probably going to fail that goal. If I can't actually hit the 50,000 words, I probably will be upset, but it's one of my goals to not be upset or, to try not to dwell on it too much if I can't hit the 50K. So how do I feel about all this? Well, I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit underprepared this year. Definitely not as confident going into last year, which is funny because I've done so much more prep this year. I have a very strong understanding of the book. I know where the plot is going to go. I should know what I'm doing, but I don't. And because of that, I'm a little bit stressed. I think it's because last year when I was doing NaNoWriMo, and this is gonna sound so silly, but I was a full-time student. I was in my last year of my creative writing degree. And it was the year where I was like really trying to not give a shit about academics as much, and doing NaNoWriMo really was that thing. It was my goal, if you watch my video from last year, to really put like academics on the back burner and like to prioritize my own life rather than stressing out about school. And that was a goal that ended up working out really excellent for me. I actually performed my best academically that year by putting in much less effort and by getting much less angry and by getting much less like hyper focused on being as perfect as possible in academics. So that worked out. This year, I'm not doing anything. I don't currently have like a typical job. I do odds and ends. So I do have some responsibilities, but I'm not actually working. So that means like I have a lot more time. And with a lot more time, I wonder if I won't be as motivated to do Nano. Like I already don't feel as motivated because I've been doing this the last couple of months, the last 5 months. I've been writing very frequently, whereas last November, I only really had started writing consistently in October of 2022 because I was very busy with school up until that point. Consistently that year, not because I'm typically very consistent with writing, but that year I had been quite slow up until the point of NaNoWriMo. So since preparing for NaNoWriMo of last year, I've actually had the most consistent writing process that I've had probably since I was a kid. And in the last year, the longest break that I've taken from active drafting has been 2 weeks. I've never gone over 2 weeks. What I'm saying is I've been writing very frequently. I'm very nervous that like I don't have the energy to do Nano in the same way, because last year I was a student. I was forced to do a lot of things. I had a lot of responsibilities. And when you don't have a choice, sometimes there's like more motivation to like do other things and to kind of like be sneaky and to like insert your writing into your day. And I'm really grateful. I'm not absolutely not trying to make it seem, oh no, woe is me. I have too much time on my hands. I'm just saying that it's making me anxious a little bit more than I was last year. So I'm interested to see how, not being a student, not having a job right now is going to affect Nano, because ideally, I should be able to finish NaNoWriMo in like 2 weeks because I have so much time. It's not going to happen. I already know. I work very well when I'm very busy, and I'm not at the moment. I think the project itself, though, is in a very strong position in terms of the plot. I did Preptober a lot more seriously than I did last year. Really, I only did Preptober like on Halloween. Like I did a little bit of prep. It wasn't very much, and it was important prep, but this year I had a lot more of like an organized like game plan for prep. There's lots of drama. So in NaNoWriMo, I think the most important thing for me is to make sure there's as much drama as possible, because when there's drama, like I am very motivated to write it because I love drama. But another thing that's kind of unexpected this Nano is that I'm also working on another book. I did not finish my novella Changing States, which was not supposed to be a novella. It was supposed to be a 5,000 word short story. And I started writing it like very consistently in August. I say I started writing it in August, though I did start drafting it, I think, in early July. It was supposed to be 5,000 words. It is now 23,000 words. So I do need to finish that simultaneously while doing Nano because I want to work on it. So I don't want to stop writing that for this month just because I'm doing Nano. So we'll see how it goes, but I can already predict that this is going to be a very chaotic month. So that's really all I'm doing. Make sure that you check out my live streams. I'm going live. I will link the post in the description where I have my schedule for going live. Please join me for some writing sprints and for talking, because I talk a lot on live streams. But good luck to everybody doing Nano this year. Let me know what your plans are, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye.